What makes a healthy family relationship? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, all through the lens of self-government, all over the world. And in this video, we are talking about what makes your family relationships more healthy. I could talk at length about family relationships. In fact, there are many videos on this channel related to that topic. But in this video, I want to hit on one key thing that if you understand this key thing and how it impacts your family relationships, will hopefully give you the courage to make some positive and lasting changes for yourself and your family. So what is this key thing? It is a power that fuels a person, that creates identity, that gives purpose, that unites people together. It is also a power for change. It is also a power for not changing. What is it? The Latin root of culture is cultur. Cultur means to nourish, to strengthen, to cultivate, to grow. Loosely, a culture is the environment in which a person or a thing grows. So how are we growing our families? That's what determines our family relationships. Many people think that good relationships happen just naturally, accidentally. They don't. They're deliberate. People who have really good family relationships have made deliberate choices, whether just with themselves or with the entire group, in order to transform the group for the better. The same thing happens in business or even in government. The way that things are communicated with the employees or maybe in the media to the people within the government makes a difference on the culture and on those relationships. So the messaging develops a culture. There are two different elements that create messaging. Those are the actual message meaning or the structure of the message that's being delivered, and then there's the tone of the message, how it feels coming from that person. Within your family culture, you've got a tone and you have a structure. The tone and the structure come together to create that ecosystem, that culture where your family decides whether they are going to bond together, whether they're going to trust each other, or whether they are not going to do those things. So as part of a good family culture, you would deliberately decide things like, when somebody is upset or angry, how are we going to talk with them? How are we going to let them know how to get understood? How are we going to make sure that as we are understanding them, they don't use this opportunity to control the entire family with their anger or maybe their entitlement? How do we do both of those things? Understand and not let the other person power struggle with everyone and get their way all of the time. There is a way. There's a structural way I teach. In fact, it's called intensive teaching. And that's something that I teach about in a lot of my teaching self-government trainings and courses. So you can develop a productive culture or a non-productive culture. A productive culture is going to be building and strengthening people, increasing their sense of a positive identity, bonding with others, and a positive purpose or meaning for their lives. A negative or non-productive culture would be a culture that is all about just how you feel, what you get, what other people did to you. These cultures are perpetuated all the time in families around the world. Some people who turn out very confident children who bond closely with each other and with them have deliberately found out and designed families that have these productive family cultures. What do you do if your national culture has become toxic? The people are warring with each other. They're aggressive. They're arguing. You encourage the people to change their culture. Just because your family has a certain nationality or a certain history, perhaps, does not mean that they need to be stuck within that culture. We can make a change. I would like to help you make a change. I've got a longer video called How to Have a Healthy Relationship with Your Family. That video is going to go into some more details that you can use to start today, changing deliberately the culture within yourself and your family bonds.